Hey guys, it's Phoebe. I hope you're all doing really well and are enjoying your Monday. If you're in the UK, you're probably like me, so fed up with this constant miserable rain. I hate it. I really, as you can imagine, I don't like getting my hair wet, and I really don't especially like getting my bow wet. It's so inconvenient. Anyway, moving on. Well, he's at it again, isn't he? Armchair detective. He's already speculating in the Heidi Broussard case. And I'm here to ask you, AD, please, please, just stick to the facts. From what I could tell watching his live, I couldn't sit through all of it. He's already got that man, you know, Shane Carey, hung, drawn and quartered. Now, these may not be the best examples, but as I said, I couldn't sit through the whole of the, I think it was over 2 hours. I just couldn't do it. So I just want to, you know, discuss my thoughts on some of the things that Armchair Detective has said.
I have searched for a tear. I haven't seen one. All I've seen is some deeper delight here and there, and some very poor bad acting. What have you seen?
Well, I may be in the minority here, I don't know, but I see a guy who's clearly distraught. He's got dark circle under his eyes. I believe that his crying is real. I haven't enlarged the screen or gone to any lengths like that to see whether he's got any real tears, but he's definitely sniffing. He's very snuffly, and you can't fake that. You can't put that on. So I see a guy who is very distraught, clearly worried about his family. Again, I might be in the minority, I don't know.
Carey said when he first noticed Heidi missing, he walked around the apartment complex, going through the dumpsters to see if he could find her keys. Not suspicious enough to phone the police, but suspicious enough to look in dumpsters for her keys.
Okay, so this is an example of, you know, AD's opinion. You know, why did he have to say about it being suspicious? He could have just left it as a factual statement. He could have just said Shane was searching around the apartment complex, looking in the dumpsters for her keys, and leave it there. There's no need to say about it being suspicious. Who knows what we would do ourselves in this kind of situation? Who knows?
How's she going to pick up the boy at 2 o'clock like she normally does? How does he possibly think everything's okay till the phone rings and says, "Oh, can you come and pick up your son?" Well, how did he think she was going to get? How did he think the son's going to be picked up? The car's there.
Okay, so I do agree that there are a couple of things that might seem, you know, a little bit out of place. But do we know all the facts yet? No, we don't. There's a press conference this afternoon where hopefully we will get more information. But do we know what time Silas was due to be picked up from school? You know, the explanation could be that Shane thought that Heidi had already picked him up from school. We don't know what time he was due to be picked up. Do we? I don't know. I haven't watched all the footage. I haven't had time. But the school didn't ring until 6 o'clock. So if he was due to be picked up at 2... Sorry, that's Jackson Boo Boo playing with a bottle in the background. Hang on a sec. Hang on. My apologies, Jackson Boo Boo. Naughty boy. He's gorgeous. But anyway, sorry, getting back on track. We could also say that it's a little bit unusual, I would have thought, that the school would wait 4 hours to ring the parents. If he was due to be picked up at 2 and the school rang Shane at 6, I feel personally that's quite a long time. But, you know, it may not have any bearing whatsoever. We're all different, aren't we? You guys might not think it's very long at all, and that's fine. We've all got our own opinions. But I am certainly nowhere near ready to share my opinion or my analysis or my theory on what's happened here. This is still a missing persons case until we're told otherwise. It is not a homicide investigation, is it?
Tears, they should be wet. He wouldn't look at the reporters. It's looking down there. Lack of eye contact, you know.
Okay, so Shane has already explained that he always does look down when he talks to people. It's just one of his little quirks, one of his habits. So that would explain the lack of eye contact. Potentially, you know. I'm still trying to be very open-minded here, but I don't want this guy tried in the media or tried on YouTube. You know, we've got to give him a fair chance.
He said the last time I spoke to her was 8 o'clock. Here, he said, and the last time was 6:40. I spoke to my, son. He saved himself, but not from me. He was going to say, Heidi. In my opinion, watch it again yourselves.
This is why I'm asking Armchair Detective to please stick to the facts. You don't know that he was going to say Heidi. How could you possibly know? How could anybody know what he was going to say? He did last speak to his son Silas at 6:40 when he said goodbye to him before he went to work. And then he did speak to Heidi at 8 o'clock when she phoned up to tell him about the, the book fair and the 3 books that she'd bought. So what's so wrong with what he said about who he spoke to and when? And how on earth do you know that he was going to say Heidi, in your opinion? I'm so sorry, guys, to raise my voice, but it just makes me so angry. He needs to stick to the facts. There's a press conference in a few hours. Hopefully we will get some facts. Don't jump the gun, please.
This is my first thought. I'm picking up mistakes left, right, and centre. I'll make a film about it tomorrow when I analyse the body language.
Analyse away, AD, but you are no body language expert. You are no better, no different, no more equipped than the rest of us here.
But just on that there, did he not say the purse was in the car? Then he said it was upstairs. Or am I imagining that? I will go through it in more detail tomorrow.
No, you're not imagining it. But I have got more than one purse, or handbag as we call them over here. I've got several. So I would have possibly one in the car. I think I've actually got one in the car right now. But if you walked into my house, you'd certainly find another one. And let me just ask you to please listen to this, AD. Listen very, very carefully.
Her full purse. It's just the only thing gone is her, the baby, her keys, and her cell phone, which has been off since I tried to call her at 1:40. Her full purse. It's just her full purse. It's just only.
So I hope you do go through it in further detail, because Shane is clearly saying her full purse. So he could easily be referring to a main handbag that she carries around with her all the time, and then another handbag or purse of some kind that is indoors. My goodness me.
Her full purse. It's just only.
I'm sure Shane referred to it as her full purse for a reason, because that's quite an unusual thing to say. I never say, oh, can you just pass me my full handbag? Or he could be referring to her purse as being full, as in full up. I don't know, but personally I feel he's referring to her main purse, her main handbag. But can you see how ambiguous these things can be? None of us know the facts. We just don't know. And it's not fair to start speculating unless you've got absolute 100% hard facts to back up what you're saying.
But already I'm picking up lies and smiles where it should be smiles. It shouldn't be smiles at all, should there?
No, AD, I do agree with you. or should I say yes, AD, I agree with you. There shouldn't be smiles, but again, none of us know how we will react or would react until we're there in that situation. Okay, full disclosure, I once laughed or giggled at a funeral. I was very young, I was about 10, 11 years old, but I didn't know what else to do with my emotions. I certainly didn't think it was funny. I was old enough to know what was going on, but I didn't know what else to do with my emotions. I was so distressed. I didn't want everybody to see me crying. I wanted to try and be strong for my family, strong for my mum, but I just giggled, you know, and I don't know where it came from, but it was very, very inappropriate, but I couldn't help it. It was like an involuntary response. So we just never know, do we, guys? You never know. You're all probably going to think I'm an awful person now I've told you that, but, you know, that is the truth. Our emotions are very, very strange things. Just to give you a quick example of how something can sound different, let me just play you this quick clip. See what you hear.
Sean Carey says, when he came home to the apartment around 2 p.m, the same day, nothing seemed out of place. You heard that before? Her car, everything was in the house. The baby stuff.
Now, if I was being really critical and facetious, that to me sounded like her car could be in her living room, which of course is impossible, but it does sound like that could be what is being said. I know of course it isn't, but I'm giving you an example of how things that people say can be misconstrued or come out wrong, you know, just, oh goodness me, I have no words really.
Her car, everything was in the house. The baby stuff.
Okay guys, I shall leave it there. I will get down off of my high horse now. I just think it's so important that we stick to the facts. It's crucial. You know, I'm not saying one way or the other whether Shane Carey is guilty or not. There may be some inconsistencies in some of his interviews and statements. We just don't know, do we? Remember the Jamie Closs case? Jamie went missing last year. It was the 15th of October. Gosh, over a year ago now. She was held captive for 88 days. Managed to escape, bless her. She's an amazing young lady. But who would have thought, who would have known that she was being held captive by a complete stranger for all that time? You just don't know. We have to wait, not speculate. Okay, maybe that can become a little bit of a theme. Let's wait, not speculate. Anyway, our love, thoughts and prayers go to Heidi and her family and precious baby little Margot. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional now. We of course hope that there's a good, happy outcome in this case. We really, really do. So all of our love, strength and support is over there with Heidi and Margot's family. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with me. Take good care. Bye bye.